This is Juanita, and this is another episode of BYOK 2 cents. Yes, yes. So it's morning, y'all.
It's morning.
Okay. It is March 22nd, 2022. Happy Tuesday, everybody. So the news has been a kind of little slow. So I don't want to talk about what we've been talking about for like weeks and weeks and weeks and now. Like I keep seeing the same news about Kanye and Kim and this and that. But in the back burner, I've been also seeing like a little just a little pattern of disrespecting a female rap game. Now, this is nothing new. I feel like female rappers have to prove themselves much harder than male MCs. And normally, when they are like coming out, they're pinned against each other, right? Like back in the day, I don't think it was so much like you didn't see like MC Light beefing with Queen Latifah, and like you didn't see things like that. You kind of see more of a female commodity, but now no. Like I feel like, Nikki was in the game for a really long time by herself. And I was under a rock for most of her career, but I do remember listening to Pink Friday and really, really loving it. I also liked I think it's the Pink Print. So like as far as the controversy like surrounding her and her hardships and stuff, I'm still like learning some of that now. She was awesome, but it just kind of feel like she should have won a Grammy or something. But like she like broke a lot of firsts, and like I say, she was the only like female rapper for a really long time. Like there were other female rappers, but they kind of like came and went. Like Tink, I really was feeling her, but she kind of just like came and went. But like Nicki was like standing by herself for a really long time. Then we were introduced to Cardi B like some years ago, and I didn't watch her when she was on Love and Hip Hop, so my first time really knowing anything about her was when she came out with Bodak Yellow, which that song is just so catchy, and so then when she came along, and all of a sudden, you see her and Nicki on the song, so you're like, okay, female power. The next thing you know, they're at the gala and somebody got a knot on their head. I think it was Cardi that had a knot on her head. Due to like Nicki's friend at the time, or is still a friend, like Raleigh. And it's like why? I don't even know where that beef came in at. I think somebody says Cardi misconstrued, or Nikki said something about her kid. Like I said, I lived under a rock. But the whole basis of it was the illusion was as soon as Cardi came on the scene that Nikki just had to be erased and vanished. Like everything she did just had to be vanished, and it's like vamoose. She doesn't exist. But how can you do that to a person that's been in the game for a long time? That's like trying to erase like Little Kim, a Foxy Brown, which were also two women that were pinned against each other for God knows what reason. Like I said, I don't know. Um, all of that stuff because I really wasn't into celebrity gossip like as growing up or whatever. Like I was all about the music, but now with social media, it's kind of like that stuff kind of get like thrown in your face. Like you see more of their lives than you really get to like experience the music. So when I see these feuds or I hear about like past feuds, that's when I start looking into it and going down the YouTube tunnel, digging up the crates and like, oh, that happened. Oh, that happened. I mean, I think I did know about like Little Kim and Foxy Brown, but I was just like, I mean, why? And I didn't think nothing of it. And I was like a Little Kim fan, so I love Foxy Brown, but I was more into Little Kim. She just had the wigs and she had the style. Then even when Nikki came out, there was a big rift between Little Kim and her too. Like I think Nikki wasn't giving credit to Little Kim. Little Kim didn't like that. She felt disrespected. But it looks like recently Nicki Minaj did give her kudos for being a fashionista. And, I mean, clearly Little Kim set set the blueprint of future female rap, with the colorful wigs, with the talking about the name brands, the sexual content, like things of that sort. Like I feel like Little Kim changed the game. She changed the game because before then, female rappers were wearing like baggy jeans and they were talking about like unity and stuff. And Little Kim was like, no, pay me. So, so we had Little Kim. She faded off. We had a couple of other people, and then, like I said, Nicki Minaj popped in. So My whole point of giving you my little half history of female rap is I've noticed that there's just been so much disrespect, and I feel like out of all of the rappers, I feel like Nicki kind of like took it like hard. I know back in the day, like she was a little problematic, and it was said that she had like a bad attitude. But then I look at now, like what the girls are going through, wasn't an attitude. It wasn't just her standing up for herself and not letting somebody just like whore her or take advantage of her, you know. So I look back at that and I'm like, I think she was just young and didn't know like the proper way to like to say things, or you know, just was infuriated with what was going on in her career and maybe not having to say, and she just didn't know how to articulate that, because you have to remember she was young. Now she's like, I think she's my age. I think Nikki's about 38, 39, right? So she's grown now. She's a mom. Of course, she's going to now speak a little bit clearer and a little bit, you know, I don't know, like open minded, maybe, you know, because she's grown up, you know, and she's actually admitted that on in her interview with Joe Budden, if you guys have seen it. So I thought that, you know, she said that motherhood grew her up and things of that sort. So she's endured a lot. She's endured a lot. Like I feel like I don't know how that cancel stuff worked, but I feel like the industry might have canceled her because every time that something happened to her, it was just disregarded. When her dad passed away, then they started bringing up her husband's past. You know, anytime she posts something, it gets misconstrued for something else, and that she's a hater and she's this and she that. And you know, like for a while, I never even see her like respond to any of that crap. Like it was just kind of like she was just like, "Look, I'm going through life. I don't have time for this." But now she got time. She's got energy, and she's doing it in a mature fashion. And I love the way that she's handling it. I think number one, because she's used to it, and number two, it's just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna clear some stuff up. So I love that she's doing that. So what made me even think about this is because I was listening to the Rumor Report for the what are they called, the Breakfast Club, with Angela Yee and Charlemagne and then DJ Envy. So I just want to play this short little clip. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want to get flagged. So let me see if I could share. Can I share just audio? No. So hopefully I do not get flagged for this. But we're going to listen to a little bit of this.
Coil Ray has experienced a lot of hate as well. Yes, you know what I mean? Cardi B's experienced a lot of hate. Megan Thee Stallion definitely experiences a lot of hate. So
not like Nicki.
I just kind of feel when Charlemagne put that definitely on there, it's kind of like one girl's hate was minimized for what, like they all went through something. You know what? Even though it's different scenarios and different situations from the hate that they receive, it's still the same kind of treatment. It's still people trying to cancel them. It's still them dealing with like malicious comments in their Instagram. And I'm not, and get me wrong, I'm not saying that male MCs don't experience this, but I just feel like people are just much, much harder on the female rappers, just like they're much, much harder on women, period. But anyway, let's go.
Keto, I will say, not like Nicki.
Megan? I don't know.
We can't. I don't want to
Nicki's
quantify.
whole state didn't
Right, with Angela Yee, I'm not going to classify trauma. Trauma is trauma.
Nicki at first. Remember, New York didn't mess with Nicki.
But that's just because y'all's always slow when it comes to new talent.
But I will feel like going viral on social media now and how they post clips of like people booing Coil Ray. I know it's difficult, so I can't say who gets more hate than who, but everybody does deal with it.
They all do. But
right, so Coil Ray
sounded crazy from the little.
Just even in this video, she's trying to talk and they talking over her.
Clip, but it was a full hour and a half where they had a conversation where they were bigging each other up.
Well, Coil Ray responded also on social media. She said, "Y'all too emotional. Nicki been through a lot. She's still standing strong, still dropping hits. She basically told me, don't let y'all whack-ass comments and negative energy stop me now, because more money and success, more problems. So thug that ish out." Nicki.
So we're going to talk about that comment later.
I grew up on tough love. When someone is speaking who has more experience, always listen. That's the problem. Y'all talk too damn much. Regardless of what she's saying, she coming from a good space.
Yeah, and it's not the hate Olympics, right? Like we don't need to sit around and talk about who receives more.
Okay, but he just did that with Megan. I won't even get into my comments on this person.
Hate. Like,
they all did.
They all definitely do. But if we were giving out gold medals.
And then Nicki said 36 minutes.
See, he's still trying to prove his point. Do you see the hypocrisy in that?
It's positivity, fun, and uplifting each other, but this is what gets posted. This proves my point.
Okay, so I just want to show that point because everything that Angela Yee is reading, we're going to go over in a minute. So So they're just saying, yeah, they're receiving a lot of hate, but nobody's really diving into why. I mean, we know why, because they're females, and on top of that, they're minority, females. And it just grinds my gears when people sit here and, even he's saying, well, we're not going to have a hate Olympics, but if we are, Megan is going to win this. Now, I understand Megan is going through some hate, but in like my favorite blog, Mob Radio, she said that yes, Megan is going through hate, and it's not to minimize what she's going through. However, when you look at like the mainstream publications, Megan is still being praised. It's just people in the comments, not minimizing it, but it's like the public. But like the mainstream, the industry, they're still pumping her up. They're still, yay. Anytime Nikki has done something, I've seen so many publications where people just put Nikki down. Well, she's this and she's that, and get her barbs, and well, they'll do like a female rap list, and maybe they'll include her. And if they do include her in like the list, they'll still find something negative to put in that paragraph. Like Nikki gets publicly beat up. Like I've watched this for the last 2 years, where it doesn't matter what this lady do, people are going to say something about her. And she, out of all of them, she's the one that's still putting out the most music, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, well, it's a flop, but she's still doing her music, and she's still doing her thing, and she still have a solid base. However, why can't we give this girl her just due? Because she's not a yes ma'am. So I just feel like that's just irritating as a woman. Where we just can't exist, like where we just can't be. If we're if we're too mad, then we're angry. If we're too, docile, then we're weak. You know what I'm saying? If we complain about having a bad day, then we on our periods. It's always an excuse for us. We just can't be. We just can't have a goal, try to achieve it without somebody trying to say something or do a well, if you give me this, you give me that. Like even when I'm watching like super pumped like right now, it's the girls are just like being disrespectful, and even the CEO was just kind of like, well, those are the people making money. Think of the money you're going to make, so don't worry about him touching you inappropriately. And you're like, what? It's just like females are just objects, period, and it just pisses me off. But anyway, so to not make this a 50 hour long episode. This is something I wanted to share too. It's been a while since this was said, but this was also a rumor report by Cardi B. Back in June 25th, 2021. And I just want to mention her too because she gets a lot of hate as well. She has gotten a lot of hate regarding her looks, like her being ugly. And then when she tried, to, I guess, fix herself, because I believe people are fine the way that they are, but I'm not against people doing and paying their money for whatever improvement that they feel that they need, but she's gone through so many surgeries and this and that, and people still have something to say about her looks, about the way she talk. They easily provoke her because they know she's easily provoked. Like she'll get on Twitter and just have a field day with people because they know that she's going to give the energy. So let's get into what Cardi said.
B says that female rappers are the most disrespected. Now, someone had posted, unrelated, but I hate how women rappers can perform and have whole ass choreography routines and still get criticized and picked apart, while men rappers just walk around in one circle, jump up and down, giving the bare minimum with no criticism at all.
Right. Right, exactly. Like females have to put on a whole I'm gonna butcher this word, but a burlesque pretty much a burlesque show. You literally she had a big bid on the TV just for somebody to say something about that. And like granted, the song was WAP, so I don't even know why people were shocked about the WAP performance at the Grammys, but people still had something to say. Now if her and Megan would have went up there and just was standing there, they'd be like, that's all we get. But female rappers got feel that they gotta change their bodies, change their whole look, wear the brightest wigs, do the biggest gimmicks just to get the attention of the male rappers. And whether people want to believe it or not, this is a female rap era. It's female rappers everywhere. Just the point of me talking about this. This is a woman's world right now. You know what I'm saying? And women are doing their own thing, and no one is stopping it. But that doesn't mean in the background, that they're not experiencing disrespect. Let's see what else they have to say.
Cardi responded, female rappers have to bust their ass on performances, great visuals, hours on makeup, hours on hair, pressure by the public to look perfect, make great music, and yet are the most disrespected. It's always, they not good enough. What's new? It's boring. Why her, not me?
Right. So I just wanted to put that in there because she makes a good point. She makes a very, very, very excellent point. Now to get into the disrespect, I don't even know where to start. But since we started with Nicki Minaj, let's just keep going with it. So Cola Roy and Cola Ray, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Cola Ray and Nicki Minaj, they did a song. I think it's called Blick Blick. Blick Blick. Yeah, and it was really colorful. It was really nice. It seemed like these two had bonded. Number one, this whole collaboration was almost tarnished due to her dad. I think her dad is Benzino, Coil Ray's dad, because he couldn't even let her have her moment and announce her own collaboration, which is really big because it's with Nicki Minaj. He wouldn't even let her do it, which made Nicki change her mind to doing it, and then she just changed her mind back after having a conversation with Coil Ray. But her dad pretty much could have ruined this whole collaboration. So anyway, these two have bonded. They've been doing lives together, and I just want to get into the live that is so controversial, which I don't think it was controversial at all. I just think it was like tough love because this is not a this female rap game. It doesn't seem like it's like Candyland. Like you need to have a hard exterior out here. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll get ate alive. That's period as a woman, right? You'll get ate alive if you don't have some type of armor on you, which is part of the problem. But you just can't be yourself because you're being labeled as this and that. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this live that everybody was so upset about, and I still don't see what the big deal is.
Have to work 10 times harder, and even through the hate, nigga, I grinded through that shit. Still to this day, just grinding. And now look, like we number one on iTunes. We over 1 million.
Can you girls stop? Can you girls stop talking about hate? Y'all have never. Listen, I promise you, y'all have never experienced hate like the way this guy right here, me, has experienced it. So don't wish for it. I'm telling you, what y'all have experienced is nothing. Y'all have just experienced some of the growing pains of artistry and of social media. Like y'all be thinking y'all have experienced hate, and trust me, you ain't experienced it yet.
Right.
Okay. A lot of y'all have gotten really not coddled, but y'all have been people have been nice. People have been like gentle with y'all, I think, and that's cool because who gives a shit? When I felt that you were beating up on yourself, I spoke up for you because I just wanted you to be like, bro, this too shall pass. And I had no intention of doing a song. I didn't know we would end up doing a song. But I'm just saying, can people stop acting like y'all got it hard? Y'all don't know what the fuck it feel like to really have it hard in this industry, okay?
No, but Nikki, look, I feel like, when I say y'all, I feel like, honestly, I don't even want to be in the y'all category. And I say this with the most up respect. I have the most up respect for the female rappers, but in singers, female artists in general, because I don't really like to, I was watching online, I don't want to say female rappers, just female artists.
So, a lot of people felt when Nicki said that they were she was minimizing her experience. And even in that comment, Nicki said, I'm not trying, I'm standing up for you because you feel like you were beating on yourself. So I'm going to stop you from beating on yourself. But what I'm not going to allow you to do is let other people beat on you too. Like you've experienced, she wasn't like negating her experience, but what she was telling her is, look, you haven't experienced the half of it. Like, yes, it seems bad to you, but it gets worse. So I think this was like a big sister telling a little sister, like, look, you got to prepare yourself, you got to toughen up because the higher you get, the rougher it's gonna get. Like, so a lot of people kind of was just like, um, Nikki was minimizing her and this and that. We're kind of in a, it's probably not nice to say, but we kind of are in a more sensitive era where people have to like walk on eggshells and be careful what they say. But life is not pillows and marshmallows. Like, there are some hard points in life where you're gonna not suck it up, but you just have to have a hard exterior and have some tools ready to combat whatever's about to come your way. Like things will come against you. People who you thought that was like in your circle will come against you, and it will knock you to your ass. And you have to have the tools and be ready to just not let it knock you out entirely where you just fall off your game. There are some, life will do that. The good thing about that is you can jump right back up. You can pop right back up, but that's if you have the tools and if you allow yourself to. So the things like I always think of when I talk to my mom about stuff, and she just, it seems like she's minimizing it, but she's been 38 before. So she's like, girl, I know, yeah, I know that's rough. It was rough for me at 38, but at 62, you won't even care about stuff like that. And when I was younger, like even at 28, she said that, and she right, stuff that I cared about at 28, I don't care about anymore. Because I've experienced 10 years worth of stuff that stuff is minimal. So when you're younger, when you think it's the end of the world, it's just the beginning of life, the beginning of your lessons. Then when you get older, the older you get, the more you realize what's more important and what's more a priority and what you're gonna put your energy to, basically. So I think that's what Nikki was trying to convey. And so Coyle Ray responded to everybody and said, Nikki didn't offend me. I grew up on tough love. When someone is speaking who has more experience, always listen. That's the problem. Y'all talk too damn much. Regardless of what she's saying, she's coming from a good place. And there was someone a while ago that I interviewed where she said that older, like your elders have the cheat sheet. If we could just take the time and just listen to them, and we would avoid so many roadblocks in our life. And we would just take the time and listen because, like I said, they've been there and they've done that. So I didn't see anything wrong with that. So Nicki Minaj responded, that's what, she said, y'all too emotional. Also, Coyle Ray said, y'all too emotional. Nicki been through a lot. She's still standing strong, still dropping hits. She basically told me, don't let y'all whack ass comments and negative energy stop me now because more money and success, more problems. So thug that shit out. So Nikki said, that's why I left the live up. I spent time just focused on how much you're such a talented, versatile, unique artist in my eyes. I talked on how your verse kept switching up and getting better and how dope those last four bars are to me, how I know for a fact you actually write. But no, right. People just want to spotlight the negative. The negative. It's just so easy to spotlight the negative. So get a life. Annoying. And I feel like that's my whole point. That's what they do with Nikki. Like anytime um she says something, even with the great intent, like even if it's like the most great intent, they find a way to like flip it and turn it into a negative. And I just think that's just so annoying to a person who have given so much to hip hop, so much of her life to hip hop. Like bars, like energy, like acting, like she's just phenomenal. Like the more that I look her up, it's just like she's done so much. And just for people to just focus on all her negative, but what about her accomplishments? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's annoying. And I think it's just mainly attributed because she's a female. You know what I'm saying? That she's a female that speaks her mind. And what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna listen to a commercial before we go to our next topic.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Miss Metchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi. Grab your products today at missmetchi.com/shop.
Okay. Make sure that you shop at missmetchi.com /shop. That is also in the description box if you want to check her out. She has the accessories, she has the glasses, and spring has sprung. It sprung this Sunday, so we're back to our little skirts, our little our light jackets, and people that have been just suffering with this seasonal affective disorder. It's a brand new day. We get some sun, we get some vitamin D. Hallelujah, the winter is over. And while you're here, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, follow. I think on Apple, leave me a review. Like me if you want to watch the visual. That is in the description box on any of the platforms that you're listening to. And thank you so much for listening, because you could be listening to someone else and you chose to listen to me. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at BE_your own kind, Twitter be your own kind 24, and TikTok be your own kind. Okay, I plugged myself. So let's get into the next the next thing. So we're still talking about female rappers because all this stuff is happening like present day. Like, this is nothing that's happening like yesterday or a year ago. Like, this is why this is my subject, because I'm like, man, it's just like total disrespect right now. So everybody knows that Megan Thee Stallion started with this Carl Crawford from 1501 Entertainment. So the gist of it is, if you don't know, what I've gathered from it is she started with 1501. She signed with Roc Nation as her management team, and she was trying to get out of a contract with them. Like, so she has so many albums that she has to do to get out of the contract. So her recent album was a mixtape, and it had to be 45 minutes. But now 1501 is coming back and saying, well, those 45 minutes weren't all you, so it doesn't count. So you owe me money. So 1501 says to her, stop playing the victim. Now, how many times, before we get into this, how many times has Megan Thee Stallion been told stop being the victim? So I myself, I'm always going to be transparent and honest with you guys. I myself was looking at that whole Tory Lanez, this is another subject, but looking at that whole Tory Lanez Megan thing kind of weird. Not saying that she didn't get shot, because I mean there was some stories saying she got grazed. Then there was some other stories saying she got shot. The whole point is the gun went off and it hit her foot. That's the whole thing. She was in the hospital. She had to have something taken, like scrapple and things taken out of her foot. So the evidence is there that she was injured off some stupid stuff. Looks like some drunk fight, whatever. Like it wasn't intentional, but she did get hurt. She did get injured, and for that's not her fault. So I do apologize if I ever came off like I didn't think that she was a victim in that, because I do think she was a victim. Now, what aggravates me is the details of that story, the detailing of it, because it looks like no one is telling the full story. Everybody is deflecting and nobody's saying what's going on, even in court. We're never going to know. So anyway, so back to this. So once again, she's being victim blamed. Megan Thee Stallion is being victim blamed since 2020, by the way, which sucks. And why? Clearly she got shot, and clearly these people right here won't let her out her contract. It looks like they keep making excuses to not let her out her contract because she's money back. She's Megan Thee Stallion. She's a three-time Grammy winner. So 1501 says, stop playing the victim at the Stallion. You haven't paid for one show since 2019. Hiding behind Roc Nation. You can keep that bull. That BS mixtape and send over that straight drop whenever you're ready. So yeah, they're not going for that. Is there anything else here? So Megan says, first the man over my label said I don't make him any money. Now he countersuing, trying to keep me on his label because he wants to make more money. If I ain't making you no money, why not just drop me? Valid point. Did she say anything else? She called him greedy man, let me go, LOL. And she said, I choose not to say nothing back about court and address this online, but I'm getting tired of being painted the bad guy. I think she meant 24/7. 24/7. The last girl on 1501 mad at this man too. My lawyers asked him for an expense report. Money 1501 supposedly has spent on me. Why this grown man put his jewelry and chains on there? Lord, free me from this joke ass label. So what she's saying is you guys are saying one thing, but this is not what's happening. Just let me go. If you have a problem with me, then just let me go. You know what I'm saying? But you're still making up rules and like combing my contract with a fine tooth comb. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people is just saying that this is Rock Nation trying to just get her out of the contract and have them for herself, have her for them, have the I can't get it out, to have her over there fully 100% child. So yeah, so I don't know anything else about 1501 female rappers, but we can look it up for a minute. Let me see. 1501 female. I don't know her. I don't know any. So let's see. Oh, this was 5 days ago. All right, well let's get into some things. This was not on my list, but let's see. Let's see what Megan's talking about. So the name of this rapper is Kona Lisa. So it says Kona Lisa addresses her issues with Carl Crawford, Erica Banks being 1501, Entertainment's first female artist after Megan Thee Stallion. So let's see what she says.
What's going on? It's your girl Kona Lisa, and I just skipped class at the progress report. Let's get it, baby.
The progress report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lavish Shepherd. We are skipping class again, and I got my girl Kona Lisa in the building. And you know, we did our
let's get to the point.
And I done been to school in every county in Atlanta. So
what type of student were you, man? Damn right.
You feel me?
Big respect.
I would use YouTube. And I got videos dating back
and shit, but it ain't the culture, so I'm sure you've been around it. You know.
Yeah, I have. Cause it's gonna sound cliche probably to like any up and coming artist, but consistency.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So with the situation of getting signed, like, was the other labels interested? Did you know you was gonna sign with them?
I'm skipping around, y'all, because this wasn't a planned video.
They wanted me. They was serious. They weren't playing no games.
Sure.
They weren't playing. So that's what it was.
Respect, man. You know, nobody can do this shit on their own. Talk, you know, wanting to go your own separate way and wanting to see the expense report. What
happened? So before we get into this, let me just say this. The man is a GOAT at recognizing talent.
Sure.
Okay? The man is a GOAT. I will always thank him and appreciate the opportunity that he gave me because he seen it and he ain't play no games and he came and got me. And for you to want me to follow up after Megan, that's major.
Hell yeah.
That's major. So,
she's still trying to be careful what she say because unfortunately if she say the wrong thing, then that could tarnish the rest of her reputation. But hopefully this will answer what's going on.
I'm very up on my business, and
this video is on tprmediagroup.com.
I got 4 girls.
Yeah.
So
come on, girl.
My whole thing with going through this experience was I can't go through it and not learn anything. I don't want to just ride the wave. I want to learn the business side because this music shit, I want to see expense reports. I want to see media-based reports. I got to pay this stuff back at the end of the day. So if we're putting the money into this, we're partners, right? Let's have a partnership and I want to be involved. That shouldn't be a problem for me wanting to be involved. I was told 90% of artists are not involved.
True.
They sit back and they go along for the ride. The questions that I was asking, 90% of artists do not ask. So now I'm being looked at like, what you got going on? In the midst of...
Basically, she not no fool.
Your main artist leaving you. What you got going on that you want to answer? Somebody else maybe want to come, you know what I'm saying? So it's just me wanting to be up on my business. The side of that, I was getting a lot of intel that the money wasn't being handled properly from different people, from your camp. So I'm going to ask questions, absolutely, period.
And she should ask questions because it's her career.
And, you know, speaking about money and stuff not being handled properly, can we talk about just your debut project in 2020, the Here project? I feel like, now from a fan perspective, I wanted to see it more be bigger?
It should have been.
So let's talk about that. Is that one of the issues and one of the things?
I will say this. A couple of days before the project was supposed to release, this conversation about the expense report came up, and everything was put to hold.
You see how that is? She asked for information about her career, and then they put her project on hold. Is there anything else?
So here had nothing put behind it. So yeah.
But Megan is painting herself as a victim. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying about females. If you say something and if you go against the grain, now all of a sudden your label is difficult, or they'll push your project back. Now, she is just getting started with them. And she had a big project that was put to the side because she had a question about money she was going to have to pay back in the future. This is what I'm talking about.
Got you. Yeah, man. Like I said, when I met you on New Music Mondays, I was so.
Okay, so I think, let's see. Anything else?
Get a couple people attention, but I'm gonna keep creating. This is what I do, so it is what it is. Like, I can't. I would just tell other artists, just stay on your business. Period.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry to cut you off, Congress. But this is what Megan is talking about. So it's like, do anybody take out the time to do what we just did and just research and fact check instead of just saying you're victim blaming when you clearly have another person that's having an issue, and was like, well, wait, if Megan's trying to get away from y'all, then what am I still sticking around for? That's when you're paying attention to the red flags. That's what you call discernment. So ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of discernment. So getting back to Megan Thee Stallion, she said bees like this have actual comfort brains and some other stuff. She said my hospital records are okay. So now we're talking about Megan. So somebody said, Tory Lanez and Megan. So Megan says that somebody on Instagram, for Twitter said, at this point, Megan Thee Stallion is going to have to show us the bullet wound or something. Now, here's the thing. She showed us the bullet wound. She showed us the bullet wound, excuse me, back in 2020, and she showed it because people said they didn't believe her. They didn't believe that she got shot. So we seen it. And then that's where the thing came, was she shot, was she grazed, whatever. Like I said, she was injured. So she says, y'all choosing to be dumb at this point. You better hope a man never assaults you and nobody, especially women, believe you. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. How many things have happened to a woman and nobody believed her? And then people get mad with, like, why didn't she say anything? Well, it's like, when people do say something, what does it matter? You victim blame. Quit playing the victim. Blah, 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 blah. So, and like I said, the story is hazy, but we wasn't there. We don't know what happened. We just know that somebody got injured and then the friendship broke apart and it looked like they was fighting over a dude. Like, we don't even know what happened. So it's like people getting all extra mad over some stuff they don't even know what happened. And it's like, let's find out what happened in court first before we just jump to conclusions. That's why I said I was guilty of that too. And I'm like, wait a minute. At the end of the day, she did get injured. Even if the story is hazy, is she really lying about being injured? Because she did show a picture. She did show the hospital records. Now why she got shot, I don't think it was on purpose. But that doesn't change the fact that she got injured. You know what I'm saying? So how was she playing victim when she actually got injured? Um, so this is back on subject. So the stallion says, Carl, I don't want to be signed to your pill popping A. You talking about I ain't pay for a show and you sound slow. I'm the artist, I don't pay you directly. Maybe fight with the man you signed to and you might see some money. She called him a powderhead. You hiding behind Jay Prince. Now, I don't know too much about anybody, but I know a little bit about Jay Prince, and he just don't seem like a person to mess with. And then Megan had energy on Twitter apparently. Then she said, Carl, you got a whole contact with 300 and talking S to me like I got your money. You are attacking me. Why? Because you want to be famous, not rich. Ask Kevin Liles where your money is, stupid. Who the heck is Kevin Liles? Let's see if we can look it up. See, now they talking about people I don't have no idea about. I know this is off subject, y'all. So Kevin Lowndes is 300 Entertainment, which is worth $400 million. So she's saying that they're like she's not holding up the money. Kevin Lowndes is holding up the money, and he don't even care about the money because if he would go to the guy who owes him the money instead of publicly attacking the woman. And this happens a lot too. Like even with academics, when they were in court, academics just felt the need to attack her when he was in a situation with a whole bunch of dudes and back down and act like nothing ever happened. So that's my thing. Like you can get froggy with a female, but why don't you go to the dude that owe you the money? That's why she said you want to be famous and instead of having your money because you can just go to this Kevin Lowndes dude and get the money. Now I don't know the whole like I said, I don't know the whole situation with 31501. All I know is I don't know why they just can't settle this like silently, but I think at this point, she's just taking up for herself because he keep trying to paint a picture. And like I say, we really don't know what's happening behind closed doors. But what I do know, Megan has been working. So if there's any type of contract where money needs to go to someone, then he should have been getting paid for whatever percentage or whatever's in the contract, and he should be going to the person that should be writing his checks, not the artist, because clearly she's on her job. We see Megan all the time working. You know what I'm saying? So, ugh. Anyway, let's go to one more commercial and then we'll get on the last topic. This month's CBS 3 Designs will be highlighting famous TV shows. Make sure that you check us out on Etsy. Type in CBS 3 Designs and get to shopping. Now, this is our last topic, and it's still on female rappers. Yes, all of this is happening to female rappers like in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? In a matter of maybe a week or two. And this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And we're so busy, we're trying to protect this one lady. Well, I don't want to say her name, Kim. I'll just say it. We want to protect this one lady, but this lady's getting attacked all over the place. That's what I'm saying. People choose what they want to talk about. People choose the hottest thing just to say something. Don't even let me get on DL because that's what I feel like. I feel like this was just an opportunity for him to say something. Do he even know Kanye West? Does he even know Kim Kardashian? He's not even a close friend of the family. So why do you feel like you have to interject because you know that it'll go viral? So I feel like a lot of people have been like pinning on that conversation just to be saying something like Renita. I guess Renita's not positive today on BYOK. So the last person we're going to talk about, you've seen the picture, Ms. Lotto. So Big Lotto. She was Mulatto, now she's Lotto. I'm still trying to get used to her new name. Everybody keep changing her name, but she's been working, y'all. She has a whole tour, and people was coming at her for her little stage, but this is her, and I mean she got to start somewhere, and she's working, and she's doing more touring than some of the bigger artists. So I feel like people was trying to play her to the left. And one thing about Lotto, you're not finna play in her face. So people were making fun of her little stage right here. Let me see. Okay, we're not gonna do that for copyright. And she getting down on her stage. And here's the thing: it's her stage. She is not, she is not like headliner. She's the headliner. She's the headliner. She's not starting for somebody else. So so when somebody said I'm crying this small stage and had the nerve to have some props, I respect it though. You're laughing, but here's the thing, and I always say this about people who are always trying to come at artists that's doing their job, or artists that may have been on and now they're off. You were never on. So at the end of the day, if you've never been on and never been in the industry, keep your comments to yourself. What stage have you been on? Have you been on any stage? To talk about somebody having a small stage, have 3 seats, man. So Lotto came back and was like, y'all be impressed by festival stages with tens of thousands of people that came to see 100 artists. These 1 to 3K people came to see me. Most new artists scared to do it because they can't sell hard tickets because the internet hype don't transfer over in real life. She never bite her tongue. Absolutely never. So, I mean, she's doing what artists do. they go on tour, they do music. Like I said, like not too many artists are doing music. It's more this internet and social media thing. And she's one of the artists that you're still seeing music coming out. I mean, Coyle Ray, she's had music coming out. Nicki Minaj had music coming out. I think Megan had a song recently come out. With somebody, I can't think of her name. Like they have music coming out, they're out here working, and they can't even enjoy the fruits of their labor or even pay attention to what's going on in their career because they so busy getting sidetracked by dumb stuff like nonsensical crap. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she doing her thing. So I need people to just let up on her. But there was one other thing about her that she was talking about when she was trying to get features on her upcoming album, what she experienced. And so I also want to share that because my heart went out to her. And these rappers are not quiet anymore. They're talking about their experiences. And I think that's good for all the female rappers that's going to come after them. You know what I'm saying? So here we go.
Frustrated?
Still to this day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why do you say still to this day?
You got letdowns. You got, being a female rapper. Like I'm clearing my album right now, and it's been like difficult to deal with these men. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to keep it business, and then they want to like.
What do you mean by that?
So like, I don't care. Like, baby, I'm gonna just keep it 100. It's a feature on my album that it was difficult to clear, and they like trying to drop their nuts on me because I won't respond to a DM.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Is it and without saying the name, but is it artist or producer or somebody?
Artist.
Oh, wow.
Artist, yeah.
Well, he's saying without saying the name, but we could kind of just look at her features and I guess we know at least she got like 4 guys on her new album.
But still be on the album?
Yeah, just because I love the song so much and I had to turn it in yesterday, so I didn't really have a choice. So I was like backed into a corner like bully. But I wish more females would speak up on stuff. I know like the label and stuff, they say, don't do that, bad business, whatever. Man, these folks be trying to drop nuts on female rappers. And then, like, I'm not gonna shut up about that.
Also, too, Lotto, it's like you gotta expose the game too.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody that's coming up either next to you, behind you, or it could be a year or two. And sometimes, Lotto, we think that that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Like some people probably think like, oh, that's how you get in the business.
Right.
That's how you get a song.
We tolerate too much. We think like, oh well, that just come with the game being a female rapper. No, it shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't. That's lame.
Because they definitely wouldn't do that to pick any male rapper.
You ain't doing that to your fellow male rapper.
Yeah, you're not hitting future up like, hey.
And that's the whole point. Like if your fellow male want to feature, you gonna get a price and move on. But with her, instead of you getting money, you just want special favors just because she's a female. We're not objects. Like seriously.
Hey man, what's happening, man?
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Damn, are you a fan of that person first? Like, man, I was a fan. Like,
I mean, well, I will say this: everybody on my album, I don't like go seek features if I don't listen to their music or I'm
so
like.
It meant something to you.
So it meant something to me for sure. Like, I was definitely rubbed the wrong way, but I love the song so much, and I didn't want to not put it on my album. So I'm like, I don't have no choice, and I didn't have time to record it.
We already got Wheelie with 21.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not 21.
It's not. No, it's not 21.
Okay. All right. Because that was already going.
You trying to narrow it down?
No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what I'm saying, because she said it and didn't say who it is. Not everybody is like looking at all her male features sideways at this point.
Hey, and I started off with always saying like, don't say the name. Now I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, who the F is this?
I tell you off camera. I don't.
And you know what? When you tell me off camera, I'll keep it off camera.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
It's
different.
lame though. It's lame. Like how they do female rappers is so lame. Cause I won't respond to your DM. Like,
right.
For real.
Trying to hold the record up.
Yeah.
Hey man, this person is probably hoping, because you got to think. I don't know who we speaking about and how much shine they already had.
Yeah.
But then you looking at the next great champ.
Right.
And now it's like.
And now I can't wait to look. Yeah. I can't wait to step on you. You better hope, baby. Man. You better pray on my downfall. Because when I get in that position, I cannot wait.
But you already, and it's crazy because you say when I get in that position.
Yeah.
But you so positioned for greatness already.
Yeah, she is. But because she's being treated so minimal, she can't even see how she's progressing. You see what I'm saying? See how when people treat you a certain way, they can somehow diminish your progress because they make you feel so small, and the gargantuan things that you're doing, you don't see it because you got a person on this edge right here making you feel so small. So you hear what she's saying? You know, people just minimize the effect that they have on other people, for their own gain and their own greed, or just the point of like minimizing somebody. We just said that she has sold out shows, 1 to 3 thousand people by herself. And she's like, well, when I get there, chick, you're there, you're growing, you're progressing like fast. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell, people say the outliers, the 10,000 hours, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But you can tell that you already been seasoned for what's coming. And not just with the person that's kind of tripping off of, trying to jump into the DM and trying to hold up.
Yeah.
But you already know so much life.
Yeah.
And so much business.
Yeah.
That you did recognize that goofy stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that come from just like my parents, like my household. Like I come from a teen mom, teen dad, and they was born in Ohio. They grew up in Ohio. I was born in Ohio. They moved here when they graduated high school, and like with nothing, they didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? So I just come from that, like just be on top of it, 10 steps ahead, like hustle mentality. I come from that.
And the way that the so-called music business is now, Lotto, it's like it's easier to feel like, okay, well, you know what? Now you can put your record, you can get it out, the social media. There's so many elements to it, but there's so much bull that come with it too. And I always tell people, Lotto, I'm like, man, I remember when it was the Source, you wanted 5 mics. Rolling Stones would probably write something.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the 5 mics for the Source. Is that still a thing?
But now with this device, everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
Like your album ain't even dropped yet, and it's whack to somebody.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How do you deal with that, Lotto?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still learning how to deal with it, because it's
I love her honesty.
a lot, and then being young too at that, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot. I had to stuff I do is just like blocking out me time. Like I had last night I got a massage. I'm like, let me just focus on myself, and you got to make sure your mental right throughout all this, because it can get a lot.
And it's just the beginning of a new beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is just getting my pinky toe through the door. So
yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out one day.
You built for it though, right?
And look how defeated. Like she's happy, but she's defeated at the same time.
And you gotta just learn as it kind of come along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a trial and error thing. I don't think I'm ever gonna have it down pat.
Right.
The goal is Beyonce, and don't respond, and
right.
You know what I'm saying? But
unbothered.
Yeah, unbothered. Like who? What? I don't even get on Instagram.
And remember, there was a time that Beyonce did respond, but I think she learned, like, it doesn't matter. I'm Beyonce. So I think we get the gist of this, like, like female rappers, they have it bad. And I feel like their worst critics are females. And this is not statistics, but it just feel like, yes, you have the males doing like the stupid stuff, but you also have the females in the comments too, like, you should do this. Oh, you don't look well. Oh, you da 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 da. And I would think like as females, we would pump other females up. But sometimes that is just not the case. And it aggravates me because we all know what each other go through. Yet what are we doing to fix our sister's crown? What are we doing? With all these female rappers here, they all should have been on a song. It all should have been a community. Why is that not there? Why is that not a community? Why is there not? Why is Nicki not in a room with all of them? And well, it could be problematic because some people have said some crazy stuff to her, but with all the younger rappers and telling them all this. And she even said she has room for all her little sisters, but people are so busy trying to divide the line. Like if you like Cardi B, you can't like Nicki. If you like Nicki, you don't like. But how much stronger would the female rap gang be if everybody just was like legit a community? They all got the same goal. So why not? Why can't Cardi and Nicki be in the same room and be and coach, or Nicki can coach coach the upcoming rappers, and Cardi can help the upcoming like the older women. Like why it can't be that way. And I don't know how far in age Cardi is from Nicki. I think Nicki is like the oldest, so everybody can learn from her. However, they all can learn from each other because they all have similar and different experience. They're different, but it's the same. They're being disrespected, and they have to work like three quadruple times harder than the male MC. So most of my demographic on my podcast is female. So if you see that, your sister crown is crooked, fix it. Don't knock it off. Don't make it more crooked. Don't just tell her it's crooked and just walk off. Help your sister, because you know exactly how she feels. You know how exhausted she is because she has to work so hard. So I don't want to go around the mulberry bush, but I think you guys get my point. Like, when I seriously say be kind to each other, I really mean that, because you do not know how close a person is to the edge. I always say this: you just don't know, and it just pays to be kind. So um let's support these ladies. Let's get their albums. Let's put them on our playlist. If you like a song, like I like Lotto. Actually, I really love Lotto. I liked her last album. I listened to it from beginning to end and loved every bit of it. Like Coil Ray, I don't really know too much of her music, but I can check her out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's support these female rappers, and hopefully they can learn to support each other and just stop this division that the media is putting out there, because some of this stuff is just been exaggerated and one person taking it the wrong way. Excuse me, and why. So thank you for joining me for this today's BYOK 2 cents. I wish you a great Tuesday, and until next time, be kind to yourself, and you know what I'm going to say, be kind to each other. Bye.